A loving dog owner made one simple choice, and their best friend was gone within 48 hours. If you share your home with a dog, what I'm about to share isn't just advice, it is a lifeline. Right now, as you are watching this, you might be making innocent mistakes that veterinarians are desperately trying to warn us about. Habits that feel safe, even loving, but are silently putting your dog in the crosshairs. The worst part is that most devoted dog owners have absolutely no idea until the damage is already done. Stay with me, because by the time we finish, you will know exactly what to avoid to keep your best friend safe. And I promise you, at least one of these hazards is likely sitting in your living room right this very second. When you find out which one it is, you are going to want to fix it immediately. Let's start with a danger that looks harmless, but causes thousands of emergency surgeries every year. We need to talk about the soft toys and laundry that you leave lying around. Let me tell you about a golden retriever named Bailey. His owner thought it was funny when Bailey would steal socks or chew on that soft plush toy until the stuffing came out. Cute, right? Just a dog being a dog. But 24 hours after swallowing a simple gym sock, Bailey stopped eating. He started vomiting water. He was rushed to the emergency vet, where they discovered the fabric had bunched up in his intestines like an accordion. Here is what experts want you to know. Unlike what we assume, dogs don't always pass what they swallow. When a dog ingests fabric, whether it's a sock underwear or the casing of a stuffed animal, it creates a blockage. But it's not just a plug. As the intestines try to push the fabric through, the material gets caught and the intestine bunches up around it. This cuts off blood flow and can actually slice through the intestinal wall from the inside out. Veterinarians call this a linear foreign body, and it is catastrophic. It leads to sepsis and death if not operated on immediately. The surgery can cost upwards of $5,000, and the recovery is brutal. So please check your floors. Use a hamper with a locking lid. Throw away toys the second they start to rip. Don't let "he always passes it" be the reason you lose him. Now let's move to something that changes the very air in your home. Mistake number 2 is using essential oil diffusers and plug-ins. You love the smell of tea, tree peppermint, or cinnamon filling your home. It's relaxing for you. It masks the dog smell, and it feels natural. But here is the terrifying truth. Many essential oils are poison to dogs. While dogs are generally tougher than cats regarding some toxins, they still have sensitive livers and respiratory systems. When you run a diffuser, you are pumping microscopic droplets of highly concentrated oil into the air. Your dog, with a nose thousands of times more sensitive than yours, breathes this in. It lands on their fur. Then they lick their fur, ingesting the oil. Oils like tea tree, wintergreen pine, and peppermint can cause liver toxicity, seizures, and respiratory distress. Dr. Sarah Bennett, a veterinary toxicologist, warns that these symptoms often start slowly, a little drooling, a little wobbling when they walk, maybe some lethargy. You might think they are just tired, but their liver is struggling to process the toxin. If you have a diffuser running right now, or if you use those potent plug-in air fresheners at the level of your dog's nose, please reconsider. Switch to dog-safe options or simple ventilation. Your dog's health depends on the air they breathe. This leads us to the kitchen and mistake number 3, feeding them from your plate. I get it. I really do. Those big, soulful brown eyes, that gentle paw resting on your knee, the little whine. It feels almost impossible to resist giving them just a little bite. But sharing human food is a minefield. We all know about chocolate, but that's not the silent killer I'm worried about. I'm worried about the ingredients you don't see. Onions and garlic, for example. They are in almost everything we cook: sauces, seasonings, broths. These ingredients destroy a dog's red blood cells, causing hemolytic anemia. It can happen gradually over time or suddenly with a large dose. Then there are grapes and raisins, which can cause sudden kidney failure in some dogs with just a single fruit. But the sneakiest, most dangerous ingredient in your kitchen right now is xylitol, often listed as birch sugar. It is found in sugar-free gum candies and crucially many brands of peanut butter. If a dog eats a piece of gum or a spoon of xylitol-sweetened peanut butter, their blood sugar crashes within minutes. It causes seizures and liver failure so fast that you might not even make it to the car. A veterinarian in Seattle reported a case where a dog raided a backpack, found a pack of gum, and was gone within the hour. Your food is for you. Their food is for them. It sounds harsh, but loving them means saying no, no matter how much they beg. Now let's talk about a stick. Yes, a simple stick from the yard. Mistake number 4 is playing fetch with sticks. This seems like the most natural thing in the world. It's the classic image of a dog owner, right? You're at the park, you find a good branch, and you throw it. But emergency vets have a nickname for this: the stick injury. And it is gruesome. Here is what happens. You throw the stick. It bounces. Your dog runs full speed to grab it. But sometimes the stick lands weirdly, planting itself in the ground like a spear. Your dog, running with their mouth open, impales themselves on it. It can puncture the roof of the mouth, the throat, or even go down the esophagus. Even if that doesn't happen, chewing on sticks creates splinters. These shards are swallowed and can puncture the stomach lining or cause an obstruction. I know dogs love sticks, but the risk of impalement or perforation is too high. Swap the stick for a rubber toy or a frisbee. It keeps the fun, but removes the trip to the emergency room. Moving on to a silent epidemic happening in their mouths. Mistake number 5 is ignoring dental health. Quick question: when was the last time you actually lifted your dog's lip and looked at their back teeth? Most people never do. And that is a huge mistake. By age 3, over 80% of dogs have some form of dental disease. Let that sink in. 80%. This isn't just about bad breath or yellow teeth. The gums are very vascular, meaning they have a lot of blood vessels. When the gums are infected, that bacteria enters the bloodstream every time your dog chews. It travels to the heart valves, the kidneys, and the liver, causing micro damage every single day. It can actually shorten your dog's lifespan by years. Dogs are masters at hiding pain. They will continue to eat crunchy kibble even with a mouthful of rotting teeth, because their survival instinct tells them they must eat. So while your dog might seem fine, they could be suffering from agonizing tooth decay right now. Watch for warning signs, like favoring one side of the mouth, dropping food, or shying away when you touch their head. Schedule a dental checkup. Brushing their teeth or using dental chews isn't just cosmetic, it is protecting their heart. Now let's discuss something you wear every day. Mistake number 6 is leaving collars on when they are home alone or in a crate. We put collars on our dogs to keep them safe, to hold their ID tags. But inside the house, that collar can become a lethal trap. There have been countless heartbreaking stories of dogs getting their collar tags caught on the wires of a crate on a heating vent on the floor, or even on the jaw of another dog while playing. When the collar gets snagged, the dog panics. They twist and pull to get free, which only tightens the collar, cutting off their air. It happens in seconds often when you are in the next room or just ran out for groceries. If your dog is in a crate, they should be naked, no collar. If they are playing with another dog, take the collars off. Or switch to a breakaway collar that snaps open under pressure. It is a tiny adjustment that eliminates a terrifying risk. Mistake number 7 is ignoring the temperature of the ground. We worry about dogs getting hot in the summer, but we often forget about their feet. Mistake number 7 is walking on hot pavement. We wear shoes so we don't feel it, but asphalt soaks up heat like a sponge. On a day that is only 75 degrees and sunny, the asphalt can reach 125 degrees. On a hot summer day, it can hit 140. That is hot enough to fry an egg, and it is certainly hot enough to burn the pads off your dog's paws. I have seen dogs come into clinics with the skin of their pads literally sloughing off raw and bleeding just from a 20-minute walk. Before you head out, do the 7-second test. Place the back of your hand on the pavement. If you can't hold it there comfortably for 7 seconds, it is too hot for your dog. Walk them on the grass or wait until the sun goes down. Their paws are tough, but they aren't fireproof. This leads us to a broader issue of medical care. Mistake number 8 is skipping regular vet visits because he looks healthy. That is exactly what every grieving owner says. He seemed fine yesterday. Dogs evolved to hide weakness. In the wild, a sick member of the pack is a target for predators or is left behind. So your dog will mask their pain and illness until they physically cannot hide it anymore. By the time your dog shows obvious symptoms like not eating lethargy or vomiting, the disease is often advanced. Kidney disease, for example, often shows no symptoms until 75% of kidney function is already lost. Heartworm disease silently destroys the heart and lungs long before the dog starts coughing. All of these can be caught early with routine blood work and checkups. Experts recommend yearly checkups for young dogs and twice-yearly visits for seniors. Don't wait for an emergency to see the vet. Preventative care is the only way to see behind their mask of bravery. And now, we have to talk about the dangers of the car. Mistake number 9 isn't just about heat. It's about the unrestrained dog. We love seeing a dog with their head out the window ears, flapping in the wind. It looks like pure joy. But allowing your dog to ride loose in the car is a gamble with their life. If you have to slam on the brakes at just 30 miles per hour, a 60-pound dog becomes a 2,000-pound projectile. They can be thrown through the windshield or into the front seat, injuring you and killing them. Furthermore, having a head out the window exposes their eyes to debris rocks, bugs dust at high speeds, which can cause ulcers or blindness. And in the worst-case scenario of an accident, a loose dog often runs away in panic into traffic. Invest in a crash-tested seatbelt harness or a secure travel crate. It might not look as carefree as the movies, but it ensures they arrive at the destination alive. Now, before I reveal the final 3 mistakes, I need to warn you. This next one is so common that nearly every dog owner does it at some point. It comes from a place of love, but it creates a behavioral time bomb. Mistake number 10 is inconsistent rules. We think dogs understand sometimes. We think they understand, you can sit on the couch today because I'm sad and want to cuddle, but not tomorrow because I'm wearing nice pants. Dogs do not understand exceptions. They understand patterns. When you are inconsistent, letting them jump up on you when you're in gym clothes, but yelling when you're in a suit, you are creating deep anxiety in your dog. They don't know what the rules are. They don't know how to succeed. This anxiety manifests as bad behavior, but it's actually confusion. They keep testing the boundary because the boundary keeps moving. If you want a happy, confident dog, you have to be boringly consistent. If the couch is off limits, it's always off limits. If jumping is bad, it's always bad. Clarity is kindness. Let's look at mistake number 11, using the wrong leash. Specifically, the retractable leash. You see these everywhere. They seem great because they give the dog freedom. But veterinary professionals and trainers hate them. Here is why. First, the thin cord can cause horrific burns and deep cuts to humans and dogs if it wraps around a leg or finger. I have seen photos of fingers amputated by these cords. Second, they teach the dog to pull. The dog learns that pulling extends the leash, so they pull more. But the biggest danger is the lack of control. If a stray dog approaches or a car swerves, your dog is 20 feet away from you. You cannot reel them in fast enough to save them. The locking mechanisms often fail. A standard 6-foot leather or nylon leash is the safest connection you can have with your dog. It keeps them close, it keeps you in control, and it prevents tragedy. And finally, we arrive at the most heartbreaking mistake of all. Mistake number 12 is the unsecured freedom. We call it the he never runs away syndrome. You open the front door to bring in groceries without a leash on your dog. You leave the backyard gate unlatched for just a second. You let them off leash in an unfenced park because their recall is perfect. Here is the hard truth. Your dog is an animal. They are driven by instinct. It doesn't matter how well trained they are. If a squirrel darts across the street, or a loud truck backfires and scares them, or another dog challenges them, instinct takes over. They lunge, they bolt, and they are gone. Veterinarians see the result of he never runs away every single day in the trauma ward. Being hit by a car is one of the leading causes of premature death in dogs. It happens in a split second. You turn your back. You think they are safe. Please check your fences. Use a leash near roads always. Install a baby gate at the front door if your dog is a door dasher. Don't gamble their life on the belief that they think like a human. They think like a dog, and the world is full of distractions that can kill them. Look, I know this has been intense, maybe even a little scary. But that feeling in your chest, that is love. That is your protective instinct kicking in. Your dog depends on you for everything: their safety, their health, their happiness, their very life. They are like toddlers who never grow up. They navigate a world designed for humans full of dangers they cannot understand. But the good news is that now you know. You can walk into your living room right now and pick up that sock. You can throw away the toxic diffuser. You can buy a harness. You can make these changes today, this very hour, and you will be actively saving your dog's life. So here is what I want you to do. I want to honor the dogs we are protecting. Leave a comment down below with your dog's name. Let's fill the comment section with the names of the good boys and girls we are promising to keep safe. Tell me which mistake surprised you the most, or share a story. If you have learned one of these lessons the hard way, your story might save another dog's life. Hit that subscribe button because I am committed to helping you give your dog the longest, healthiest, happiest life possible. Share this with every dog owner you know. You might just save a tail-wagging life today. Your dog trusts you completely. Let's make sure that trust is never broken. Thanks for watching.